So Google's launch of Gemini 2.5 Flash, also known as Nano Banana, has created a new opportunity for all kinds of AI builders to build apps and platforms because this is, I can confidently say, the best image model that we've seen to date. Nano Banana, its ability to remain consistent across multiple prompts, the speed at which the output occurs, and the different use cases that we've seen with it make it extremely impressive. And in this video, I want to show what it can look like to build with something like the Gemini API and using Nano Banana as sort of the foundation of an app or a product. And what I think is really cool is that Google has given different templates that you can use in order to gain inspiration from and take into consideration when you are building with the app. So if you saw a previous video that I did, I showed uh, what it looks like to prompt for the images, text to image using Gemini itself. And it's something that you can also do in Google's AI Studio. But Google and Gemini have also provided these different templates, giving various examples. So this one over here is one where it's a site you can upload a photo, and if you, for example, I'm going to go ahead and upload a photo of my AI agent, for example, and it'll now show you different scenes of that person in the photo throughout history. While that's loading, I'll show some of these other examples. This one is for photo editing, like retouching, filters. This template here is catered to real estate and interior designing. Upload a photo of a product and a scene, and then Gemini will create different, I guess, sort of blended examples using the product and the scene. This one is a drawing example, and then you can have it make changes to that drawing. So if I were to draw, I don't know, like an X and Y axis, I could probably say, I don't know, change the properties of this graph, and then here, this is on Google's AI Studio, just all different kinds of templates that they have for what you can do with their API. And so this one is for the builders, and how you can kind of take what you're doing with AI further than just the prompting to create your own product. So look at this. So this came from, so I don't know why all 5 of them didn't populate, but this came from the agent that I uploaded, agent Adzo. And so then what they do is actually also provide the code for it. So here are the files for what went into creating this here. You can then download the album. And so you can, for example, take this right here. So this is a site that takes the past, given an image, and shows that person in the image throughout time. And so you can go and look at the code. You can download the app, which will imagine download all the different files for the app. But you can also connect it to GitHub, for example. So it says, in order to use GitHub, we need to create your own copy first. Okay, so if I title this, I don't know, blast from the past, and save that, assuming you have a GitHub account. If you don't, you may want to go create one. GitHub is, I just look at almost like Google Drive for your software. So if I create this GitHub repository, which is where I'm saving this, call it blast from the past, and then the repository description, upload images and show the upload an image and show the person throughout the decades. Just for example, I'm going to go ahead and make this public and then create the repo. So then from there, it'll now be connected to your GitHub, and you can then download it to your to the environment where you want to now open it up or take it further. So now if I were to go to GitHub, you will now see the app there, and you have this template for it. So you can now create it as what the template was. You can now take it further. So it kind of has this there as a base for you to use. And so we can go with this one for now, just for example, I'm going to pull up Cursor next. In Cursor, I'm going to clone repo. So I'm going to copy the URL from here, paste it into the area to paste the URL, and then clone that repo. Select as a repository destination. Open it up. Oh wait, hold on. I think you have to stage and commit all changes because I don't think it's saved to there. Let's see. All right, there we go. All right, so it's there now. So we're gonna have to clone it directly to here. Clone this repo and run on localhost. So this will now allow you to open this up as your own project that you've now cloned from that Gemini template. And I know I talk a lot of stuff about Cursor, but it does have it does have a lot of value to it, and does keep everything kind of compact. I'm using the auto agent here rather than the specific agent from Claude or chat for now to make it more cost effective. All right, so I had to type in the password for my computer, setting up the environment variables for Gemini. So it sounds like, okay, I have to put in my Gemini API key. So I have to grab that. All right, so let's see. Have they already created a .env file? Yes, they have. Okay, API key. All right, so I have put in my Gemini API key, and then let's see if it is running. I'm gonna copy this, go to the browser. All right, so for some reason the screen is coming up. The screen is coming up as white. I'm gonna copy that and paste it in here. There we go. All right, so after a little bit of just debugging, it's now popping up here. So this is literally the template that was cloned from Gemini. So if I wanted to, so I titled this "A Blast from the Past." I could say something like, change the name to Blast from the Past. So you see how I was able to change the name here, Blast from the Past. So it's a template that you can then now modify certain aspects of the app. You can now turn it into your own app. Maybe you add new features, maybe something that's not just a blast from the past, but you're also able to turn it into a photo editing app. So this is an example of ways that this new Nano Banana is gonna enable different people to build on all sorts of ways with this image, text to image feature. And then if you wanted to now add a backend using something like Supabase or Convex or Firebase, you can have a database for this storage for this, and you can release this as a product. And so I implore you to check out the templates on Gemini, Google Studio, to set up an API key if you haven't already, which you can do in the Google AI Studio. If you type in aistudio.google.com, sign in, and click on Get API Key, you can go and create an API key and then go crazy. And so that's what I have for you today: how you can take Nano Banana and actually go and either use one of the templates already given by Google, or simply just connecting to the Gemini API and creating something from scratch. I'll see you guys next time.